Okay, hi there. I'm going to talk to you about the EVOC Enduro Blackline backpack with integrated back protection. It's a really nicely thought out bag in my opinion. It's got space at the bottom, zipped away, tucked away, straps for carrying leg armour if that's what you're into. There's an integrated helmet carrier at the back if you're a two helmet sort of person when you're out riding. You tuck your full face in there for transitions. Swap over and tuck your open face in there for when you're racing, or just if you've got a long alpine climb, you can tuck your helmet in while you're slogging up that fire road, try and stop some heat build up. After the sort of first layer of the helmet protection carrying, there's a really nice large fold out tool compartment. It's got a see-through pocket, mesh pocket on one side, carrying all the sort of little spares, bits and pieces, tie wraps, that kind of kit. You've got space for a shock pump and a pump. Your tool wrap fits in really nicely, and then you've got three compartments at the top, so if you want to keep your multi-tool, so it's really easy to access, or for stashing food as well. The whole thing folds out and gives you quite a nice base to work from, and somewhere to keep your parts that you're taking off your bike if you're really sort of seriously fettling with it, to make sure nothing gets lost in the grass so you're not feeling around for things. Above that you've got a goggle pocket. Recommend keeping your goggles inside a bag ideally, although there is a soft backing to it because your key fob's in here as well. And although it has a mesh pocket, it's something that I'm always nervous about. It's leaving keys next to unprotected lenses. Lastly, we've got a nice large main compartment which has got plenty of space, especially for summer kit. I mean, I've just got my waterproof and my hat and a first aid kit in at the moment. It leaves plenty of space for other kit if you want to. You might struggle a bit in winter, especially if you're guiding, to get everything that you need. If you want some sort of spare layers, insulation and your shelter, then I found it was a real squeeze to get everything in. It's got a separate sling for the hydration pack. There isn't a hydration pack that comes with the bag, which means that you can run whatever you prefer. I quite like that, to be honest with you. I know some people will maybe complain about the price, but I think it's worth it to give you that freedom to choose the system that you want, so that you're not binning something that you won't necessarily use. And then lastly, hidden away is what makes this bag special, which is the integrated light shield back protector, which comes out really easily if you don't want to run it. If you're racing in Europe now, a lot of enduros are specifying back protection, and it's a nice, really light piece of foam that'll just give you that added protection in the case of a crash, to make sure that you're not going to damage anything and ruin the rest of your riding career. For the sort of 140 grams or it's around there that it weighs, it's well worth considering, I think. Especially if you're riding in the Alps, in the big mountains, or if you're racing enduro, it's probably something that you might want to think about. But otherwise, it's a really nicely thought out piece of kit. Nice mesh backing with some airflow, although this large waistband is going to cut down on that somewhat. It acts a bit like a cummerbund. It's quite a big weighty bit of strapping around your waist, which you will find runs a bit hotter compared to other hydration packs, but for the added protection it's probably well worth considering. So that's it. It's the EVO Enduro Blackline. It's a bag that I'll certainly be using when I ride to the mountains.